time is 8:30. Here's Kev with the headlines.
You know, a very sad day, but in a way, there is some happiness in the fact that Stompin Tom, we realize how important he was to this country and to our entire identity. We lost Stompin Tom Connors at the age of 77, passed away quietly in his home in Halton Hills out near Georgetown. Of natural causes. They announced it on at the ACC last night during the Leaf game, and they played. Do we have that tape, Barb? I don't know. Can we dig that one up? Of the yeah, this was at the ACC last night. So they announced his passing.
That's awesome.
But you know what I had to do? I had to tell my son, who knows this song word for word, he had other songs too.
A lot. Something like 48 albums, 10 of them we haven't even heard yet. They haven't been released.
Sudbury Saturday Night.
Yeah, constantly in studio. And like you said, Kev, not just a music icon, but he really did permeate through all the layers of the fabric of our society, you know, through something like hockey, which we hold so dear. And it brings back so many memories when you hear his songs.
And we want to go to another Canadian legend right now for his reaction. Friend of the show, Ronnie Hawkins. Ronnie, you know what, Ronnie? Every time I talk to you, it's always about fun stuff, you know, and it's very sad that we have to talk to you about this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's been a sad day. Seems like I've been having a few sad days here in the last couple of months. So many friends of mine are dying, you know. Levon Helm, all that bunch, you know. Now here's Stompin Tom, you know. I didn't run around with Stompin Tom a lot. I played with him though years and years and years ago when I just barely knew who he was. And it's a story I tell. I was playing at the University of Guelph, and he was on the show, and I'd heard his music, and I dug it because I'm from the mountains of Arkansas, so that kind of music is like folk, country, rock, whatever it is, and he was the best at it, and so I was worried about him not going over to university kids because they were into rock and roll, all of them then. He walked out there on that stage and got a 15-minute standing ovation, man, so I knew I didn't have to worry about him anymore.
So what kind of man was he? Obviously you got to know him over the years.
Well, I didn't know him well enough. You know, I only met him 3 times on shows and here and there and the other, but I always wanted to do a show here in Peterborough for I was going to try to talk to him about it here one of these days if I ever got around to it, for the Humane Society here in Peterborough, because he has relatives and stuff here in Peterborough.
You know, and I love to hear you talk about Peterborough because, of course, that's near and dear to your heart. Halton Hills, the Normal area is where Stompin Tom ended up, and I love that fact of where you guys chose. You chose to be in truly Canadian areas. When we go to Peterborough or to Georgetown, those are quintessential Canadians who you meet on the streets there.
Not only do you never forget where you came from, you still live and thrive in the places from where you grew up, which is fantastic.
Well, I've talked to a million people, and I don't know one that hadn't heard of Stompin Tom Connors. You know, he was everywhere. And it's like me. I found the promised land. When I came up here, I didn't want to go anywhere again. Canada was the promised land. 1958 is when I arrived, and they had just got in that Medicare. Douglas out there in Saskatchewan had just got it through, and I said, folks, this is the promised land. Poor people can go to the doctor now. They still can't do that in my hometown.
Oh, really?
Oh, my gosh, all the things I had wrong with me at one time, Canada fixed. Everybody who had it in Arkansas is dead.
Wow. Well, stay healthy, and thank you so much for taking the time for us.
He was one of my favorites of all time, Tom, and I really hate to see him go because, see, we're the same age. We're back. I was wanting to play another 15 or 20 years anyway.
I think the reason we lost you, I think that's probably your call waiting. I'm guessing that maybe they're going to be calling you to maybe do something at the public memorial in Peterborough next Wednesday. If they ask you, will you say yes?
I don't know yet. I'm not in real good shape.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't get around too good anymore. Diabetes has got me eat up for the last 10 years, so I'm getting where I can't chase the girls unless they're in them walkers.
Oh, I don't believe that. I think you can always chase the girls.
No, I caught a couple last week, but they were in walkers.
Ronnie, always a pleasure to talk to you, and you know, thank you for your insights into a Canadian legend.
Thank you very much, and y'all keep rocking. It's a sad day, but he is truly, if there was such a thing as a truly Canadian legend, that it was Stompin Tom.
Well said. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.
Keep rocking, folks.
You too.
Ronnie Hawkins talking to us from his home near Peterborough this morning. So.
Class act.
Again, that public memorial is Wednesday. I hope Ronnie is able to make it. I really do hope he is able to somehow make it to that memorial at the Memorial Center in Peterborough on Wednesday night. And I should also mention Food Bank. If you want to make a donation, you don't want to send flowers for a stop, you want to remember him, make a donation to your local food bank in his name. That's what the family is asking for.
Okay, that's great. That's the best way to put the money and to salute and tribute him, the man that he was.
Here's Eva with a look at traffic.